Hello guys, this is allrover, and in this lecture we will be seeing some old concept that we have already seen, because we are going to dive deeper in the JavaScript lectures. So we will be seeing some old concept that will be important in the upcoming lectures. So we have seen about the execution context and the execution stack. We have seen about that in the earlier lecture. Execution stack, we have seen it. So what the execution stack is, that first see this code. Now where is10 is initialized in the global scope. This is the global scope. In global scope it is initialized, right? Now this is the function outer, and what this function is doing, in this function you have the where a is again initialized with 20 and where b is initialized with 40. Now we are in the console window, we are printing a and b. Now from the global area we are calling the function outer, and after that we are printing the, in the console window we are printing global. Now when we call the outer function, what the value of a and b will be printed. This is what the execution context is. So first it will search in its own area, it's in its own context, that is the function context. It will search that a is 20. Now b is 40, so the output will be 20 and 40. You can see that the output is 20 and 40, right? Now if you want to draw the execution stack for this corresponding line of code, then you can draw it. Example is that this is the code and this is the execution stack. First the global area is global execution context is created, and inside this global execution context, what will be there, all the variables, and this will be there. So the variables in the global area is a. First a is the variable, and the outer function is there, and after that we have just these are the thing where a and the outer function is there. Now after that, when the outer function will be called, then the execution stack for that will be created. Then the outer execution stack is created, execution context is created outer, and in the outer you can see that what are the variables a, b, and this, and the outer environment, reference to the outer environment will be there. And the outer environment for the outer function is that is the global context. The trick to identify what is the outer environment for any function is that where this, in which area this function is written. According to that, you can decide what is the outer environment for that. You can see that the outer function is written in the global area, so the outer environment for this outer function is the global context. So this is how you can draw the execution stack for any piece of code. We are going to see on another example, and after that we will be seeing its execution stack. See, in this first variable a is initialized with 10, then we have defined one function outer, and inside the function outer we have the variable a, variable b, and inside this we have the function inner, and this we have the variable a, and we are printing the console, in the console window, a and b. Then inner function is called, then this outer, and global. So how it is going to work? First, it will be initialized with 10, but since the outer function is not called, so it will ignore this one. After that, the outer function is called now. So first, the execution context will be created for global, and after that, execution context is created for the outer. Right? It will come here now where a and b are initialized with 20 and 40. Now since the function inner is not called, so it will ignore these lines of code, and after that inner function is called. So it will come here. Now where a is 100 and we are printing the in the console window inner a and b. Now it will print inner and it will print the value of a. First it will search in its own context area. It is able to find the value of a in its own context area. So A is printed. Now what value of B will be printed? Since it is not able to find in its own context area, so it will search it in the outer context. In the outer context for the inner function is the outer function, because this inner function is written in which area? It is written in the outer function area. So it will see that B has the value 40. It will print it in the console window 40. So inner 140 is printed. Now it will return from where the function is called. Now it will print console.log outer, then a and b. So which value of a will be printed? First it will search in its own context area. In its own context area, a has the value 20 and b has the value 40. So it's going to print this and it will return to the place from where this function is called, because outer function has now completed. So it has reached to the outer and after that it will print global. So you can run it for this function. Syntax error it is saying. Inner 140 and after that 20 and 40 will be created and after that global is printed. Right. If you want to draw the execution stack for the following piece of code, then first the global is called, then the execution context for outer is made, then the execution context for inner is made. Now in global context area, what all things will be there? It will contain all the variables and the function corresponding to that. For example, is there and the function outer is there. After that nothing is there. In the outer function you can see what all things are there. You have a, you have b, you have inner and nothing, and there is this and the outer environment. And the outer environment for the outer function, is the global areas. I have already told you that the method to determine what is the outer environment for any function is that you have to see where this piece of codes or this function has been written, in which execution context this function has been written. So it is written in the global area, outer function is written in the global area, so the outer environment for this is the global. And after that for inner you can see you have a and the outer environment, and the outer environment for the inner function is the outer function. You can see the arrow here, this is the outer function. So this is about the execution context, execution stack, the sequence in which the function are called, the things are printed, and it will help you in the following lectures. So thank you so much for watching and keep following the next lectures. Thank you very much.